So is Idaho full? Everybody's been moving here, right? It's going crazy. Is that true? Let's look at the numbers next. Hey, Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave, and today I want to take a look at, are people really moving to the Treasure Valley in these vast numbers that make us all pull our hair out? Well, sometimes you read the newspapers or hear the media and it's like, oh yeah, that's exactly what's going on. You know, it's like the world's coming to an end, Armageddon, whatnot. But is that true? Well, let's find out. But first, hey, if you want to find out more about the Treasure Valley, come to our website, www.treasurevalleydave.com. And you can see that we have plenty of great things here to help your education process. If you go over here to the resources tab, and you can see all the different guides, brochures, magazines that we have filled with a bunch of great information just for you. You guys can subscribe too. It's free, but they will take donations because they do a pretty good service. This story talked about how the U.S. Census shows that the greater Treasure Valley nears 900,000 people. Oh my gosh, you know, Katie barred the door. But so let's look on. The Treasure Valley has surpassed 800,000 people last year. All but one of Idaho's 44 counties saw population gains. The Gem State gained just shy of 100,000 new residents since 2020. So that's a lot. How much did the Treasure Valley grow? It says Ada County alone added almost 24,000 new people in the last 2 years, and Canyon County wasn't far behind with another almost 20,000. But is all this accurate? Well, you know what? I wondered that myself. So they actually provided a link here in this story that takes us to the U.S. Census Bureau, and I pulled up their numbers. This is their spreadsheet that they put together. I just pulled out Idaho. And so let's take a look at this together. So the top line is Idaho, the next one's Ada County, then Canyon County, and then all the other counties within Idaho are down here. And we might look at some of those in a little bit. You'll see. So we start out here, the 2020, 2021, and 2022. These are the birth rates. In 2020, 836. Then 2021, we had 3,200 babies and 3,300 babies in 2022. I'm looking at this Idaho total number up here. There's a whole lot of procreating going on that's not necessarily happening right here in the Treasure Valley. Interesting, huh? If you're looking for someplace because you're young and you have some oats to sow, there's some counties you might not want to go to, like, I don't know, that county or that county. I don't think there's a whole lot of sowing going on over there. But let's look at the death rates over here. And so 2020, 2021, 2022. This is funny, huh? Not funny, haha, but weird. So here in Canyon County, we had almost 400 died in 2020. Popped way up. What the heck was going on in 2021? And then 2022, it's like, in the same thing that we saw, you know, throughout the state. It's just like, huh? Oh, that's right. Fauci did something, right? So, yeah, we've had a lot of death. The natural change, that's deaths minus births or births minus death, showed that in Canyon County for 2022, we had a net gain of 1,169 people. So I suppose I don't know, with all those births, it's going to be 3,300 kids going to school here in another 4 or 5 years, right? Interesting. So that's what we look like, gaining residences just to the natural occurrence of births and deaths. Let's look over here at international migration. Canyon County here at the bottom. In 2020, we had 10. Then we popped up to 55 and then 180. Statewide, you can see 58, 700, 1,800. Ada County, 16, 175, 510. Wow, they got a lot of international. So I don't know what this is. I do remember Obama brought in a bunch of refugees. Maybe there's some more refugees coming in that kind of pump up this number. And if that's the case, so that's great for Democrats because they need all the help they can get in trying to keep a hold of Boise. Because Boise's not going to stay communist all that much longer is my prediction. Domestic migration, these last 3 years, 2020, 2021, 2022, So these are people moving in from other states. So in 2020, in Canyon County, 1,500, then 9,900, and then a jump back down. Can you jump down to 5,700? And we see the same trend with Ada County here in the middle, and then Idaho in general. It's like we had this big boom here in 2021. What was going on? Oh, that's right. All those blue states locked everybody down. Didn't care about your business, didn't care about nothing other than making sure you stayed home and complied. You will comply, I'm pretty sure they were saying. So add those two numbers together. This is the total migration that we got for those years, 2021, 2022. And that's what those are, international and domestic. So obviously we're going to have babies. And so this is the population estimate. And then this is the change. So apparently the change, say for Ada County, is babies, net babies plus immigration equals that amount. So that's what we had for 2022, which brought us up to a grand total for Canyon County, almost a quarter million. And Ada County here in the middle, they had a net of that 56,000, we'll call it. And that brought them up to 518,000. So they're over 500,000. And then the entire state brought them up to that much of a population change. So what's the deal here? It's like we've got migration, 5,800, 5,900. So that's how many people moved to Canyon County last year. Previous year was almost 10,000. So is that normal that year? I mean, it looks like it's kind of wacky all around, but maybe things are starting to get back to normal, whatever normal is. So maybe that's what we're looking at here. Maybe next year is actually going to be less and return more and more to normal. So is the Canyon County really, I mean, what's the problem? Are we having too many babies, too many people, not enough people dying? Gosh, I don't know about that. But let's see the amount of change. Last year, 7,200 for the entire Canyon County. So that's, Nampa, Caldwell, all the outlying places, Middleton and Parma and Little Notice and Melba. So that's people going there. So when you look at the headlines that we did a little bit ago, oh my gosh, it's screaming, nears 900,000 residences. But when we look at this, we only went up 7,300 bodies in Canyon County. The whole state was not even 35,000. So it's like the headlines might be a little bit misleading because it only went up that much. And that includes that huge, big bulge in the pipeline going through. Guess it's kind of like the baby boomers. Remember that? How it's like population because of the baby boomers. So maybe now the war's over, the war against the people, and things will start to get back. Hey, can we call them the COVID boomers? Baby boomers? I don't know. Leave your comments below if you got something better. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comments. But anyway, so let's get back, put things in context though. The total population, 1.93 million. So not even 2 million for the entire state. You can see down here that we have like 750,000 just here in Ada and Canyon County. So that's, it's not 900,000, it's 760,000, something like that. Is there a difference? I think so. If everyone's getting all their things in a bunch over, 35,000 or 7,300, yeah, maybe that extra 150,000 that they're talking about is a little, I don't know, little grandiose. But anyway, so not 2 million in the entire state, only 750,000 in the Treasure Valley. So that's the Treasure Valley. So the San Francisco Bay Area, just for comparison's sake, they've got, there we go, add in San Jose, 9.71 million. So they got almost 5 times the people of our entire state in the San Francisco Bay Area. And so what is that? 12 times their population of just the Treasure Valley in the Bay Area. Oh my gosh, Treasure Valley, Dave, traffic's so bad in the Treasure Valley. Have you driven through the San Francisco Bay Area? It's not even on the same plane. It's San Diego. A lot of people live down in San Diego. A lot of good people need to escape, right? So San Diego metro area, 3.3 million. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 times the Treasure Valley, right there in the San Diego metro area. And of course, I used to live in Sacramento, and I did before I moved to Vacaville. And they've got 24 or 2.4 million people in the Sacramento metro area. So that's 3 times what we have right here in the Treasure Valley in the Sacramento area. There's so much more density, so many more people in all these other places. We don't have it here. And when you see the news stories, it's like, oh my gosh, the wheels are coming off. There's way too many people in the Treasure Valley, blah, blah, blah. It's not that bad. And I tell you what, if you want to so if you've lived in Idaho all your life, you're going to say, oh, it is that bad. If you've moved up here from, Sacramento, San Diego, San Francisco Bay Area, or any of those other blue states that you escaped from, congratulations. You're going to say, you know what? It's not that bad here. And we're actually seeing people out there fixing the potholes, fixing the roads. And we're seeing more roads made and roads widened for handling more people up here. So they're being very proactive. Like in San Francisco area, there's no more place to put people. It's the water. So everybody has to get more packed and packed and packed. Here in the Treasure Valley, we still have some room. And we're not getting packed and packed and packed. And if we do, it's probably because of that Agenda 21/30 thing that the communists are trying to push down our throats. That 15-minute city thing, no thanks. You want that in California? Please do. Go right ahead. Well, anyway, so hey, Treasure Valley Dave here. And if you like this video, please go ahead and share it with somebody that needs to see it. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. That helps so much. And gosh, look at this. We've got so many videos here that you need to check out. Some great stuff. Anyway, well, this is Treasure Valley Dave. As always, looking forward to helping you get home.